Now I have taken some values. Integer a equal to 10. These are the values. These are three individual integer values. These are three individual integer values. I want to group them under one name. I have three individual integer values. I want to put under one name. So what I will do? Integer age is equal to. Now what is this? I have created array of integers. What I was supposed to do? Ages of 0 equal to. So at ages of 0, what is stored? A. Finally, what is the output? This is how they are stored. Any query from your end? Now, what is the index? 0. Now, if I print ages of 0, what is the value that is printed? If I print system.debug, what is printed? Now, I have three integer values which I am putting them into an array. I have three integer values which I am putting them into an array. Array is what? Group of element. I have three values. I have created a group, added the values into a group. I have three values. I created a group. I added the elements into a group. Right? Then how do you refer? I am going to refer with ages of 0, ages of 1, ages of 2. I hope you are good with this. Clear? Then let's see the next example. I have string values. String a value equal to megabyte. Then I am taking string city is equal to new. Then cities of 0 equal to a value. Cities of 1 equal to. Cities of 2 equal to. Already existing values I assigned. Third value straight away I have given cities of 2 equal to Bangalore. Cities of 2 equal to Bangalore. I hope you are good with this. Right? Now when you are printing the value, when I am printing the value, people have got this story. Everyone is clear with this. Everyone, online people who have asked me the queries yesterday, right? Am I clear with this?
Satish, in the third assignment where you did cities 2 equal to Bangalore, is that a primitive or a reference variable now?
Where is that? This statement?
A city where you defined it is equal to Bangalore, cities 2. So you directly assigned a value to
Now,
that. Uh,
boss, sir, basic should be very clear. Bangalore is a constant or a variable.
The constant.
It is a constant. Constant will be a primitive or reference. It is a value.
Primitive.
It is a value.
Yeah.
Value is always stored where? Values are always stored where? In the primitive variables
Variable.
only. Okay. Primitive variables will store the values. Reference variable will hold the reference of a location. Right now, cities of 2 is holding a value or a reference.
It's holding a value.
Is a value holding a value. Now, what is that cities of 2? Cities is a reference variable. It's an array. Cities is an array. The array we are putting a value called Bangalore. What type of array is this? String array. Now, this cities is a primitive or reference. Cities is a reference. Cities
Right.
is a reference. Why? We are assigning a memory to it. Now, cities of 2, that cities of 2 is what? Cities of 2 is what? Value. It is a primitive. Now, it is a primitive array of primitive values. Array of primitive values. Array of primitive values. Cities is a data type is a string. So, cities of 2 will hold primitive value. Cities is a reference. Cities is a reference.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Right. Let us go to the. Now, I have account A1 equal to. Now, is it a reference or a primitive? Is this a reference or a primitive? Reference. Why it is a reference? Now, account is the data type, A1 is the variable. Do you have any primitive data type called account? If your data type is primitive, then it is a. If your data type is a primitive, then it is a primitive variable. If your data type is not a primitive, then it is not a primitive variable. So, it is a reference variable. Then I have created account A2 equal to. What are these? What are these? We created 3 account variables. Now, what did you create? I have 3 integers I have stored in a group of integer. Now, I have 3 account records which I want to store in a group of accounts. How will you store it? How will you store it? Account. Now, the ACCS of 0 equal to. That's what we created. Is that was clear? Now, what I had? I have integer values. I create an array. I store the integer value in array. In 0 position 10 is stored, 1 position B is stored, 2 position C is stored. Here also what? Array of accounts. In 0 position A1 is stored, in 1 position A2 is stored, at 2 position A3 is stored. Is that was clear? Everyone is good with this? Clear for everyone? People have followed this. Now, I can also create 3 equal to new. Anyone has any query on this point? Let me know. Anyone has any query on this point? Is that was clear? Is that was clear for everyone? Right, boss? Clear for everyone? Now, if I give system.debug ACS of 0, if I give 0, what will be printed? At ACCS of 0, what is stored? A1 is stored. What is that A1? Name Wipro, phone this. What is stored? Name. I just assign the memory, values are not assigned. Or else, what is that? Name. I hope you're good with this. Am I clear?
Satish,
Right.
Satish,
Yes, go ahead.
why we use this ACC3 equals to new account?
I told this is also one of the way of creating an account. Right. Now, why did you give here? Why did you give here cities of 2 equal to Bangalore? I gave cities of 0 equal to A value, cities of 1 equal to B value, cities of 2 equal to Bangalore. Why did I give?
We directly assign Bangalore to index position
Right?
2.
It is array. At the end of the game, you want to put a value. Now, I am having some variables. Values are already there in variables. I assigned. Some new value is not there in the variable. I am giving it. Here also what? Now, A1 is already available, assigning it. A2 is already available, assigning it. A3 is already available, assigning it. I want to create a new one straight away. Then I am going for the fourth one. Right. Now here I am giving all the possible ways of defining it. I am giving all the possible way of giving. Now why did we take this way, this way, this way? I might have defined everything in the same way, right? Why to take? Is it necessary that A2 should be given like this only? No, we are covering every possible way of defining the value to an array. That is, this is also one of the possible way of assigning a value to an array. So I have given this. People followed this. Okay. Yeah. It will be empty, not null, because memory is already given. No? When memory is already given, it will be what? Empty. New is already given, so it is not null. Whenever the memory is assigned, it will not be a null, it will be what? Empty. There is a difference between null and empty. Now if I don't assign the value, it is empty. If I put some value here, I hope you are good. Now still any query on this, Amma? Everyone has followed? Get them clarified. Again, after 4 classes, don't ask me the same point. Anyone has any query on this? Get it clarified. Anyone has any queries on it? Get it clarified. We use this structure frequently. From now on, every example will have this structure. Every program we do, this will have this structure. Anyone still has any query on this? Get it clarified. Right. Now create leads data. create this data. Now use all the possible ways and do it. Don't practice in a single way. Do it in all the possible ways so that you remember every possible way. Do it in every possible way. Do it in every possible way. Try every possible way, boss. Don't fix a single format. Try every possible way. Right, boss? So how did you do that? 11 dot. This is how I created lead. What is the other way I can create? Do on all the possible ways so that you remember the all formats. Then I'm creating an array is equal to. Later on, you can choose whichever the best way you want, but we are practicing all the formats now. Later on, you can choose the simplest form which you feel. Whichever the format you feel comfort, you can use it. But now we are using every format. The reason is when you write the code, you may feel the first format is easy for you. When I write the code, I may feel the second format. When somebody write the code, he may feel the third one as the easier way. Finally, when you look at the code, you should understand what he is trying to do. You may be comfortable with the format 1, but already on the existing code, somebody has written with format 3. Then you have to understand that what is that. There is a reason you are supposed to practice with all the different ways.
Satish, in the put statement, do we need to give the code for the last name and first name also?
Pardon me, where?
The put last name here, single quotes, do we need to give for that
Yes,
last name?
it is a put, it is a string, both of them are string.
Okay.
This is what you are speaking, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is must. This is how I created. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. No, it will be null. See, L3 is empty. Now, when you create like this, L3. Now, the value of L3 is null. What is it? L3? Null. The moment I told L3 equal to new lead, it is not null, it is empty. Empty. Then it's going to have right. So if when I create a
Sir,
lead L3, hold for a minute. When I create a lead L3, L3 is what? Null. L3 is null because no memory is assigned. L3 is a reference or a primitive? Reference. If it is a reference, we need to assign a memory and refer to it. There is no memory assigned, so it is a null. Then what I have done in the next case? Assign a memory. When you assign a memory, L3 is no more null. L3 is referring to that memory. If L3 is not referring to any memory, it's a null. Now I told L3 equal to new lead. So L3 is referring to the memory allocated by the new. So it is empty. It is referring to the memory, but there is a no data in the memory. Okay. Then I told L3 dot last name equal to K. Right? Yes. What is your query?
On the same index, if we try to insert the new value,
New value.
will it override or?
I didn't get it. What do you mean by new value?
In the lead array, we have in the second index. I already created new lead.
You want to say that
And,
you inserted duplicate values?
Yes.
No. Duplicate values. What will happen on the same index? If you insert one more, see boss, a equal to 10. If you give a equal to 30, what will happen?
30 will override.
As simple as that. Now you told a, okay, you told leads of 0 equal to a1. Later on, if you say leads of 0 equal to a2, what will happen? You are replacing it. You are updating. When you update, what will happen? Old will be lost, new will be coming. Am I right
Okay,
or
the
not?
number save. Got you. Thank you.
Now, I hope everyone is good with this example. Everyone has followed. Still, any more queries on this? Everyone has followed the structure. Am I clear for everyone? Is it clear for everyone? Right, boss? Okay. Now, let us understand how to print one by one value from the array. If you have an array of elements, how do you print the values? Let us see how to print. It is a group of elements. As it is a group of elements, one by one element I have to take and print it. I cannot print all the values at a time. I want to take one by one value and use it. Take first element, perform some logic. Take second element, perform some logic. So I want to take one by one element and perform the logic. So how will you do that? Look at this example. Now I have a this is what I got. I have some values here. First, how to find the size? Now, if array name is ages dot size. When you say ages dot size, it will give you 5. How many elements are there? 5 elements. Ages dot size. How many elements are there? 5 elements are there. Ages dot size 5. Now I am taking for integer. I have to start the count from what? 0. I equal to 0. I less than, what is the last position we have? There are 5 elements. So what is the last index we have? 4. I less than 4. Sorry, I less than as dot size. What is the size value? 5. So I less than 5 is till the fourth element it will take. Till the fourth element. I have given this. System dot debug. When you say I, what is the value we are going to get? What is the value of I? First I equal to 0. Then it is completed. Then it goes to I equal to 1. I equal to 3. I equal to 4. I equal to 4. I equal to 4. So till 4. When I equal to 5, 5 less than 5 false, stop the operation. So these are the values of i's what we are going to get. Then I told system dot debug ages of I. When I say ages of I, if I equal to 0, what is the value we are referring? Ages of 0. What is ages of 0? The next time when I equal to 1, ages of I, ages of 1. I hope you are good. Now loop is running. When I equal to 1, how the loop will run? The loop is like this. Now, this is the logic. So this is what? Scope. This entire thing is scope. What will happen? When I equal to, first I equal to 0. When I equal to 0, start executing the scope. When you start executing the scope, we got start. Then system.debug I equal to 0. Then ages of I. What is I? I equal to 0. Ages of I is ages of 0, 10. We had complete. Once completed, go back again. I plus plus. So what is the value of I now? I equal to 1. Again, whatever that is given in the floor bracket, start executing. Start. I equal to 1. Ages of 1 equal to 20. So once the last statement is completed, what it is doing? Once the last statement is completed, the value of I is incremented. Once the last statement is completed, value of I is incremented. Again, I equal to 3. I hope you are clear. So once the last statement is completed, again it will go and increment the value of I. When I is incremented again, start executing the loop again. Right. When I equal to 0, start from here, execute. Once the last statement is completed, go back and increase the value of I. I equal to 1. Again start implementing this. Once the last statement is completed, go and increment the value of I. So what is that? Implement everything in the floor bracket, then go and increment the I value. Again implement everything in the scope, again go and increment the I value. So once the ND is completed, then what happens? I equal to 1. Once ND is completed, increment the value of I. Increment the value of I. Increment the value of I. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this. People are good with this. Clear? Clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Right, boss? Okay. Now, this is how we are printing the elements in the array. Let us take the next example. I have an array where I have some values of cities. Right. Write a for loop. I want the message to be in this way. I want the message to be printed like this. So roughly how do you give it? Index Now everyone create this. Write a for loop to display the value in this format. Write a for loop to display the value in this format. Anyone has a query? Get them clarified, boss. People have done this. How did you write that? So we have taken for integer I equal to 0, I less than series dot size I plus system dot debug index. This is how we have treated. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now let us take array of S objects. Now I hope you are good with this, right? Okay. So let us take it. When you are taking a value, I have a quick I guess I logged into another account. Okay. Here we have math functions. We have some mathematical functions. Let us see this. What was the function? We had mod. I'm going with basic style. We have some mathematical functionality, min of the value, max of the value. We are finding mod is what? Finds the remainder. It gives the remainder. When you divide 12 by 5, whatever the remainder we are going to get, that is given by mod. So where is this function? Math is a predefined class which has some predefined method set. Absolute values, right? Then cube roots, ceiling value, cost functions, exponential, floor, log, all mathematical functions are there. Okay. Now in this, what is one of the mathematical function we had? One of the mathematical function is mod. It gives you remainder. Value 1 comma value 2. If you divide value 1 by value 2, whatever the remainder we are getting, that remainder we are going to get. Okay. Now what is the requirement here? Look at the next requirement. Print all the even numbers. I have a array of elements. I have array of elements. I have an array which has a this is the array of element. In this array of element, I don't want to print every value. I want to print only even values. I want to print only even values. So how do you write the logic? Print only even numbers. So how do you print even numbers? Let us say array name is items. So how do you take the loop? I want to print an output like this. Now, how do you print this? For integer I equal to 0, I less than items dot size, integer I equal to 0, I less than items dot size. Then what I'm doing? A equal to math dot mod items of I comma. Am I right? What is the value? Divide items of y. Items of I is 11. 11 divided by 2. Now I am giving here if a equals to 0, if the remainder is 0, print the message. This is how I give. People are comfortable with this? So what we had? We are using internal mathematical function called a mod. Math dot mod of items of I. If I equal to 1, it is 0. I equal to 1, items of 1, 50 comma 2. If I equal to 2, items of 2, 3 comma 2. I hope you are good with this. Right, boss? So what I am doing, I am taking one by one element and printing only even elements. I am taking one by one element and printing only even elements. Right, boss? Right? Okay. Now, similarly, write a for loop to print only odd values. Write an element to print only odd values. Also, write a program to print elements which are at write a program to print the elements which are at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Write a program to print only those values which are at the positions of elements which are at positions of multiples of 5. How do you get the multiples of 5? I told you to print the elements which are at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Index should be 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 like this. How will you do this? How do you get the, I want to print only those elements which are at this index. How do you do that? Math dot mod of I comma mod of I comma 5. I is 0 divided by 5, 0. 10 okay, 5 divided by 5, 0. Right? Are you getting? If the result is 0, print the index. Only print the elements whose index is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Write a loop to print the elements whose index is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. Write a for loop to print the elements whose index value is set.
So Satish, in order to print the odd number indexes, so can we say if value is not if a is not equal to 0,
Exactly.
that means it will
Yes, exactly the same. Here I have
okay,
given equal to 0. Now you need to give not equal to 0. When you divide by 2, the possible values of remainder are 0 or 1. Pardon me? If you want to go with 5, I give mod I comma 5. This is for the other one. Now if you want to go with this position, what should I do? The same loop. Integer I equal to 0. I less than items dot size. A plus plus. Then integer a equal to math dot mod I comma 5. When you divide the value of I with the 5, if a equal to 0, when you get a equal to 0, if I equal to 0 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 20, then print the message. Same story again. I'm just printing this message to say that loop is running. Every statement in the loop is running to tell that I'm giving this diagonal representation. Star, star, or everything. We're just trying to tell you the loop will run. The statement in the scope will run repeatedly. That is the reason I'm adding multiple number of statements there. This is what we have done. I hope you are good with this. Everyone is good with this? Okay. Let us take the next one. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the numbers in the array. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the numbers in the array. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the elements in the array. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the elements in the array. Just we are exercising some for loops with respect to array. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the values in the array. Write a for loop to print the sum of all the values in the array. Come again? Instead of? No, no. No, no. Mod is for the division. Now I told you to make a sum. Plus. How do you make a sum, amma? A plus B only, no?
Satish,
Yes.
is it works like A equals to A plus items of I?
Exactly. Basic sum. It's a basic sum operation only. So what should I do? Sum equal to 0. Then I told sum equal to sum plus basic for loop, right? Adding up A plus B. Old value of sum plus new item. So what was the format here? First sum is 0 plus items of 0. Again when the loop runs plus loop goes.
Satish,
Yes.
can you repeat once, like what do the math dot mod 1 comma 5 will do?
Means value 1 divided by value 2. Whatever the remainder is coming, that remainder will be given. Value 1 comma value 2. When you divide value 1 by value 2, whatever the remainder we are getting, that remainder will give is written to you by mod. Mod divide value 1 by value 2. Whatever the remainder we are getting, that remainder will give you. That remainder will come to you. Remainder will be coming to you. Right? Everyone has done that? Okay. I hope everyone is good. So let us take some exercises for your practice. Now, how do you find out? Find out the index at which the minimum value is stored. Find out the index at which minimum value is stored. Find out the index at which minimum value is stored. Find out the index at which minimum value is stored. Find the maximum value from the array. Print sum of given values. Practice these 5 examples to get the basic structures. And if you have time, try to practice these 7 examples. We'll check out in the next class. I hope the structure of writing the array is clear for everyone. Right? Basic syntax of writing the array. Yesterday people have a lot of confusion on that. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear for everyone? Am I clear? Writing the format of array is clear for everyone? Right. How to refer to the element one by one? The basic for loop. Right, boss? Okay. We'll see the extension in the next class.